Desperation grows in Puerto Rico, where aid has been slow to arrive after Hurricane Maria. The loss of power is resulting in big problems for hospitals and other critical facilities.
The reality that there are over 3 million American citizens who are potentially in the grips of a growing, significant humanitarian crisis.
Okay, I wanted you guys to see the video that I saw that frustrated me so much. So watch this and then we'll discuss.
This is unbelievable. So we're at the port here in San Juan and we wanted to see where's the food, the supplies, everything that's needed. We got here and here's what we were told. There are more than 3,000 shipping containers here at the port which are just sitting here. It's got everything they need. I literally said to somebody, what's on there? And they said, whatever you need, emergency supplies, anything that a grocery store would need. But it's just sitting here. The reason why? People aren't showing up to pick it up. The people who run the port say we've got guys in line ready to put these on a truck, but nobody's showing up. The governor of Puerto Rico says they're having trouble reaching the truck drivers.
From this report, there are a lot of supplies that are there. There's medicine that's been shipped in, food that's been shipped in, water that's been shipped in. But from this report, it makes it sound like Puerto Rican people are supposed to manage coming to pick up the supplies and distribute them. But if you've been following the story, they don't have electricity. They don't have cell phones. They don't have water. Any perishable food has perished after 7 days of no refrigeration. So they can't contact the drivers. The drivers don't have gas to get to work or to get there. So we have a serious situation that is about to literally get into catastrophic with some pretty horrible casualty counts soon. And it seems like the logistics of connecting these dots wouldn't be that tough. We are the United States. We have the most powerful military in the world. If we put our mind, our heart, our will, our resources behind this, we can make this situation a whole lot stable, a whole lot faster. And what I know, from what I've learned from my own observations of the sun and my research, I 95% believe that the weather is only going to get wilder, weirder, and wackier. And so we not only need to deal with a future where the coasts may not be very safe, and these islands may not be very safe, so we have to start handling some major issues in a very new way. We have to look at things in a new way. We are so stuck in the past, talking about shit that happened in the past. This happened, this happened. No, dude, we're in the future now. We have to start thinking like we're in the future. We're still thinking like we're in the 70s or the 60s, 50s, 40s. It's 2017, man. Just like this Weather Channel title says, powerless in Puerto Rico. People are starting to die. I know that when I evacuated Harvey, I went to DFW, and there was a weird span where like 20 miles all around me, there was no gasoline. And I was like, crap. Well, you know, what would it be like if I never had gasoline again? It would be weird. It would be like, if you didn't have any gas to fit in your car, I guarantee you would have had second thoughts about your last grocery store trip. And when I would try and decompress and go to my local hole in the wall and have a beer, I heard several conversations about people talking about how they bought stocks in sheetrock companies, or they bought stocks in paint companies, bought stocks in the rebuilding companies. And that's one of the main problems with capitalism, is that if you're making $1 trillion off the war on terrorism, that's a problem. We have for-profit prisons. That's a problem. If when we have multiple major disasters, a lot of the people who are not in the disasters are thinking, how can I make money off this disaster? That's a problem. If our government's only concern is to maintain power and wealth, that's a problem. If religion's only concern is to maintain money and power, that's a problem. We got a lot of problems. What are we going to do differently? It's why I can't express enough any discussion of who is or isn't standing for the Pledge of Allegiance in any professional sporting game. It's all smoke and mirrors, man. And if we don't pull out the stops to figure out a way to keep Puerto Rico continuing to descend into a hell, if we don't do what we can to prevent hundreds, thousands, could be millions of people dying, we will suffer the same fate. And it's a real, real bad sign. Sorry, I don't know how to make this funny. It's the way it is. So I highly recommend everybody put aside their political bickering over the small stuff until we can stabilize Puerto Rico. Thank you very much. God bless everyone. We are all God's children. We are all in this together. And the majority of all the major mass problems started before any of us were ever born. We have to figure out how to stop this shitstorm cycle.
People are going to get desperate. They're already desperate, I can tell you that.
Most of the battered island still has no electricity. and long lines have formed to get gas, water, and food.
There's a shortage of fuel around the island. We have to get fuel from the big national security cutter next to us. The fuel is in the island. It's just a matter of getting it from the piers to the gas station.
This woman caring for her parents. They've already been to the hospital twice due to dehydration. Millions are without basic necessities like food and water, and 95% of the island still lacks power.
Well, hopefully we can get this under control. If we don't, then it's going to be what they call a humanitarian crisis.
Senator Marco Rubio saying the U.S. government needs to act faster in its relief. President Donald Trump is set to visit Puerto Rico on October 3rd.
God bless everybody. I'll keep y'all posted. We are all in this together. And if we got a Legion of Doom, severe weather season, we're going to need to band together.
So here we go again.
If it's happening in a galaxy, then toys all over it. Hurricanes, solar flares, Planet X. How humanity's gonna destroy itself at each other's necks. Yeah, I don't know if you know this. No, I don't know if you know this.
All right, what's next here?
You gotta take Fight Club up a notch. How much can you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight. Wait.
Go ahead and take this very seriously.
This is a Thor News presentation.
Deal with it. Hit the button, baby. Thor News presents. Ladies and gentlemen, I've still got a bit of the blues. Wave after wave after wave.
And stay cool.